Pause whatever you are doing. Just for a moment. Listen to the quiet, steady rhythm of your own breath. There is a very heavy, intensely emotional frequency tied to this specific video today. If this message has found its way to you, it is because your energetic field has been heavily disrupted over the last 24 hours, and your spirit guides urgently need you to understand why. Before you clicked on this message, perhaps you were staring blankly at a wall. Perhaps you felt a sudden, unexplainable wave of sadness wash over you while you were doing something completely ordinary, like driving your car or washing the dishes. Perhaps you felt a sudden tightness in your throat, or the inexplicable urge to cry, even though nothing in your immediate reality was wrong. I need you to listen to me very carefully. That sadness does not belong to you. Right now, the person your soul is tethered to is experiencing a complete emotional collapse. They are sitting in silence, thinking about you, and they cannot stop crying. This is not a gentle, passing sadness. This is the kind of crying that hollows out your chest. It is the heavy, suffocating weight of profound regret. They are shedding tears that they have been holding back for months, maybe even years, because the dam holding their ego together has finally, violently broken. But why are they crying? What was the exact memory, the exact realization that finally pushed them over the edge? You must stay with me through this entire journey. Do not skip ahead, and do not let your attention drift. Because at the very end of this message, I am going to reveal the exact, painful truth that just shattered their reality. I am also going to give you a highly specific, physical sign. This will not just be a random number on a clock. This will be a tangible, real-world occurrence that the universe is going to orchestrate in your life within the next 48 hours. If you leave before hearing what this physical sign is, you will not know how to confirm that this massive shift is genuinely happening. You and this person share a telepathic, quantum bond. You are not just two people who met by chance, you are two souls sharing a single energetic current. When they try to suppress their feelings for you, that suppression creates a blockage. But when they finally break down, when they finally surrender to the truth of how deeply they love you and how terribly they failed you, that emotional dam bursts. The sheer volume of their grief travels straight through that quantum cord and lands directly in your body. That is why you have felt so incredibly drained. You are physically processing the grief they are finally allowing themselves to feel. We must clear this heavy, transferred energy from your aura right now. You cannot carry their guilt for them. If you continue to absorb their emotional breakdown, it will anchor your vibration to the past, and you will delay the beautiful resolution that is coming. I want you to make a silent, powerful declaration in the physical realm to protect your peace. Go to the comments right now and type, "I release the heavy energy that does not belong to me." This is a boundary. By typing these words, you are telling the universe and your spirit guides that you are stepping out of the role of the energetic sponge. You are allowing your soulmate to carry the full weight of their own awakening. You are giving them back their own lessons. Now that your energy is shielded, we need to look deeply into the silent history between the two of you. There is a specific reason why their realization hit them so hard today. It has to do with the things you did for them quietly, the sacrifices you made that they completely ignored at the time. Archangel Michael is showing me the exact moments you were taken for granted, and I need to validate those moments for you right now, because your person is currently replaying those exact memories through tears. Let us speak of the things you never said aloud. Let us bring the silent chapters of your history into the light, because those are the exact chapters your soulmate is replaying in their mind right now. You have always possessed a deeply nurturing spirit. When you love someone, you do not love them in fractions. You love them entirely. You love the parts of them that they are actively trying to hide. When you looked at this person, you did not just see their current flaws or their defensive walls. You looked right past their trauma and saw the frightened, wounded child underneath. And because of your profound empathy, you made a quiet, unspoken vow to be their safe place. Think back to the very beginning. Think about the lengths you went to just to make their life easier. Archangel Michael is validating the times you deliberately dimmed your own light so that they would not feel insecure. He sees the times you swallowed your own needs, your own desires, and your own exhaustion, simply because they were having a bad day, and you did not want to overwhelm them. You became a master at reading their moods. You learned how to walk on eggshells. You knew exactly when to stay quiet and when to offer comfort, constantly adjusting your own personality to fit whatever version of you they could handle that day. You made excuses for their bad behavior. When your friends or family questioned how they were treating you, you defended them. You said, "You just don't know them like I do. They are just going through a hard time." You poured pure, crystal clear water into a cup that was cracked at the bottom. And instead of thanking you for the water, they complained that they were still thirsty. They took your absolute loyalty and treated it like it was a given. They became so comfortable with your forgiveness that they began to view your boundaries as optional. They gave you breadcrumbs of affection, just enough to keep you holding on, but never enough to make you feel truly secure. But the universe keeps a meticulous record of every tear you have ever cried in secret. And right now, in the heavy silence of their own isolation, the universe is forcing them to watch a replay of everything they did to you. This is why they cannot stop crying. The spiritual blinders have been violently ripped from their eyes. They are suddenly remembering the specific times you looked at them with tears in your eyes, quietly begging them to just be honest, to just show up for you. They remember the times you stayed awake late into the night, waiting for a simple message that never came. They are remembering how their coldness physically affected you. They can see, with terrifying clarity, how they slowly drained the bright, beautiful spark from your eyes. And the realization that is currently crushing their chest, the thought that is making them sob into their hands right now, is that you did absolutely nothing to deserve that treatment. They are realizing that they were fighting a war against the only person on earth who was actually standing on their side. They were pushing away the only soul who loved them without conditions. They used to tell themselves that the separation was your fault. They used to build false narratives in their head to justify their emotional distance. But those lies have completely evaporated. They are left with nothing but the raw, undeniable truth of their own self-sabotage. You must understand that this breakdown is necessary. Their ego had to be shattered so their soul could finally take the wheel. But you cannot allow their past treatment of you to dictate your future vibration. You must forgive yourself for the times you accepted less than you deserved, because you were simply operating from a place of pure, hopeful love. I want you to ground this healing energy in the physical realm right now. Go to the comments and type. I forgive myself for the times I compromised my worth. This is a beautiful, necessary release. By typing this, you are officially pardoning yourself. You are telling the universe that you no longer carry any shame for loving someone who was not ready. You are wiping the slate clean, preparing your energetic field to step into the ultimate position of power. As they sit in their regret, something even deeper is happening beneath the surface. The reason they cannot just move on from you. The reason they are physically unable to walk away and forget about you, no matter how hard they try, is because of a hidden spiritual contract. There is a profound, ancient reason why the two of you were drawn together in this lifetime. What you share is not a normal human attachment. In the next part of this message, I must reveal the truth about the telepathic cord that binds you, and the past life connection that is currently pulling them back to you against their own will. Why can they not simply move on? This is the question that has been tormenting their mind. They have tried. Archangel Michael sees exactly what they have attempted to do in their physical reality. They have tried to distract themselves with work. They have tried to surround themselves with friends. They may have even tried to entertain other connections, desperately hoping that someone else could make them forget the profound impact you left on their soul. But every single attempt has completely failed. Every time they try to look into someone else's eyes, they find themselves looking for your reflection. Every time they try to laugh at a joke, they hear the distinct sound of your laughter echoing in the back of their mind. They are realizing that you are not just a person they dated. You are not just an ex, or a passing chapter in their story. You are a permanent fixture in their spiritual anatomy. The reason they cannot let you go is because the two of you share an unbreakable, silver telepathic cord. This cord connects directly from their heart chakra to yours. When they try to run away in the physical world, they create tension on that cord. And the further they try to run, the more violently that cord snaps them back to your energy. You have felt this cord. You know exactly what I am talking about. It is the reason why you can physically feel their presence in the room, even when they are miles away. It is the reason why you know when they are thinking about you. It is the reason why their name will randomly pop into your head seconds before they cross your mind, or why you have vivid, hyperrealistic dreams about them where no words are spoken, but everything is understood. You are not crazy, my beautiful soul. You are highly spiritually sensitive, and you are tapping directly into the quantum field that you both share. But this bond did not start a few months or a few years ago. Archangel Michael wants you to understand the true depth of what you are dealing with. The reason your connection felt so incredibly intense from the very first moment you locked eyes is because your souls recognized each other. This is a past life connection. Before either of you incarnated onto this earth, you sat together in the spiritual realm and you wrote a soul contract. You promised each other that you would meet again in this lifetime. You promised that you would trigger each other's deepest awakenings. Your soulmate's human ego forgot the contract. Their earthly fears, their childhood trauma, and their logical mind took over, and they tried to reject the very destiny they agreed to. But their soul remembers. And that is exactly why their human ego is breaking down right now. That is why they are sitting in the dark, unable to stop crying. Their human mind is finally surrendering to the overwhelming, ancient truth of their soul. They are realizing that fighting their love for you is like trying to fight the ocean. They are drowning in their own resistance, and the only way to survive is to finally let the current carry them back to you. You must ground yourself in this spiritual truth. You cannot look at this connection through a purely logical lens, because logic will only give you anxiety. I want you to anchor your belief in the unseen realm right now. Go to the comments and type, "I trust the ancient wisdom of my soul." This is a powerful affirmation. By making this realistic, grounded statement, you are telling the universe that you stop questioning your own intuition. You are acknowledging that this connection is divinely orchestrated. They are awake now. Their soul is completely activated. But there is still one major question hanging in the air. If they love you this much, and if the bond is this ancient, what exactly kept them away? What was the heavy obstacle that made them run from you in the first place? Archangel Michael is showing me exactly what they were chasing instead of you. There was a karmic obstacle, a specific fear or a toxic situation, that had a stranglehold on their life. But right now, as they cry over your memory, karma is violently removing that obstacle. In the next part of this message, I will reveal exactly what that obstacle was, and how the universe is destroying it right now to clear the path back to you. We must address the heavy question that has kept you awake on your darkest nights. If this bond is so ancient, and if their soul truly recognizes you, why did they run? Why did they choose to put you through so much unnecessary pain? Archangel Michael is lifting the veil on their past choices right now. He wants you to see exactly what they were chasing instead of you, because it is the key to understanding the karmic debt they are currently paying. When this person first met you, they instantly felt the magnitude of your light. But instead of stepping up to meet your vibration, their human ego went into a state of absolute panic. You required them to be honest. You required them to take off their mask and be vulnerable. You offered them a love that was completely pure, but to a person who is used to surviving in chaos, peace feels like a trap. They did not know how to exist in the calm environment you provided. So, they took a karmic detour. They chose the path of least resistance. Archangel Michael is showing me that they ran toward superficial distractions. For some of them, this was a literal third party. A toxic relationship or a karmic partner who demanded nothing of their soul, but constantly fed their ego. For others, it was an obsession with work, material success, or shallow friendships. They ran toward situations where they could hide. They chose people who only loved the mask they wore, because it was easier than letting you love their naked, unhealed soul. They convinced themselves that this lower vibration was what they actually wanted. They built a comfortable, shallow life and tried to lock your memory in the basement of their mind. But the universe does not allow you to outrun a soul contract forever. Right now, that comfortable, shallow life they built is violently collapsing around them. The karmic debt has come due. The tower is falling. The superficial people they surrounded themselves with are suddenly showing their true colors. The toxic situations they chose over you are draining their energy, leaving them completely empty. They are looking at the life they built without you, and they are realizing that it is nothing but a beautifully decorated prison. They are realizing that the karmic partners or the shallow distractions they chose do not actually care about them. When they are having a bad day, when their anxiety spikes, or when they feel lost, the people around them have absolutely no comfort to offer. And in those cold, isolating moments, their mind immediately flashes back to you. They remember how you used to hold space for them. They remember how your voice could instantly calm their nervous system. They are sitting in the mess of their own choices, realizing that they traded a literal diamond for a handful of dirt. The pain they are feeling right now is not a punishment from God. It is a strict, necessary teacher. Karma is forcing them to feel the exact void they created when they walked away from you. This obstacle had to blow up in their face so that they would never, ever take your peace for granted again. You must not interfere with this process. You cannot rush in to save them from the lessons they chose to learn the hard way. I want you to release any lingering attachment to their mistakes right now. You are not responsible for the karma they are currently clearing. Go to the comments and type this realistic, grounding affirmation: I release all attachment to their karmic lessons. My peace is my priority. Make this declaration. By typing this, you are effectively cutting the cord to their chaos. You are allowing the universe to do its job as the teacher, while you step back and remain in your high vibrational, protected state. As the walls of their false life crash down around them, they are being forced into isolation. They are entering what the spiritual realm calls the dark night of the soul. This is a psychological and spiritual breakdown where every lie they have ever told themselves is stripped away. In the next part of this message, I am going to take you directly inside their mind. I am going to reveal the exact, play-by-play thoughts they are having about you right now, and the specific fear that is currently keeping them paralyzed. Let us step directly into the silence of their mind. I want to show you exactly what is happening behind closed doors, in the quiet moments when they have absolutely no one left to perform for. Because the version of themselves they show to the public is a complete illusion. The confident, detached mask they wear is currently shattering into a million pieces the moment they are left entirely alone. Archangel Michael is revealing a very specific, recurring scene. It is late at night. They are lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. The room is completely dark, and the silence is so loud it is almost deafening. They pick up their phone, staring at your name. They open your old messages. They scroll up, reading the words you typed months or even years ago, the times you told them how much you cared, the times you tried to make them feel safe. They read those words now, and a physical ache forms in the center of their chest. They find themselves typing out a message to you. I miss you. I am so sorry. I was terrified. They type the words, their heart racing, and then, the fear takes over. They slowly backspace. They delete the entire message, turn off their screen, and bury their face in their hands. This is the exact reason they cannot stop crying. They are trapped in a prison of their own making. The realization that is torturing their mind right now is this: I ruined the best thing that ever happened to me, and it is entirely my own fault. They are looking at how gracefully you have carried yourself. Even when they were cold to you, even when they created distance, you maintained your class. You did not become bitter. You simply quietly retreated into your own healing. And that quiet dignity is intimidating them to their absolute core. They are constantly checking on your energy. Even if they have not watched your stories, even if they have not liked a single post, do not be fooled. They are hyper-aware of what you are doing. They are asking about you silently. They are looking for signs of you in strangers on the street. When they see that you are glowing, when they see that you are surviving, and even thriving, without them, it triggers a massive wave of panic. Their greatest fear is that you have finally woken up and realized you are entirely too good for them. They are terrified that they pushed you so far away that your heart has permanently closed to their frequency. They are so deeply ashamed of their past behavior that they feel completely unworthy of approaching you now. They know that they cannot just walk back into your life with a casual text message. They know that if they come toward you now, they have to bring absolute honesty. They have to strip away their ego and confess how terrified they were of your pure love. But their ego is fighting a brutal, losing battle against their soul. They are exhausted. They are tired of pretending they do not care. The heavy armor they have worn their entire life is finally becoming too heavy to carry. You must understand that this psychological breakdown is a divine requirement. God is breaking their pride so that their heart can finally be open enough to receive you properly. While they go through this brutal internal clearing, your only job is to remain the observer. You do not need to reach out to comfort them. You do not need to ease their guilt. I want you to anchor yourself in your own unshakable worth right now. Go to the comments and type this realistic, grounding statement: I am the prize, and I observe without reacting. This is how you master your energy. By typing this, you are reminding your subconscious mind that you hold the power. You are not waiting anxiously by the door. You are sitting on your throne, watching the universe orchestrate their return on your behalf. But what actually triggered this sudden, violent awakening in them? Why, after all this time, did they suddenly start crying today? It was not a random occurrence. It was caused directly by a massive shift in your energy. You see, you recently did something on a spiritual level that completely reversed the magnetic polarity between the two of you. You pulled a specific energetic trigger without even realizing it, and it forced the universe to flip the script. In the next part of this message, I am going to reveal the exact energetic shift you made, and how your newfound power is aggressively pulling them back into your physical reality. Let us talk about the exact moment the scales of justice tipped in your favor. For the longest time, you were the one holding this entire connection together. You were doing the emotional heavy lifting for both of you. You were the one projecting love, projecting forgiveness, and constantly sending them your bright, healing energy across the quantum field. But recently, something inside of you fundamentally changed. Archangel Michael saw the exact moment you reached your absolute limit. It was not a dramatic explosion. It was not a loud argument. It was a quiet, profound realization that happened deep within your spirit. You simply woke up one day, took a deep breath, and decided that you were entirely too exhausted to keep watering a dead plant. You stopped checking to see if they were watching your life. You stopped having imaginary arguments with them in your head. You stopped asking the universe why they were acting this way, and you started asking yourself why you were accepting it. You slowly, quietly, pulled your beautiful, radiant energy back into your own chest. You started pouring that love into your own healing, your own peace, and your own future. And the absolute second you made that internal shift, the universe flipped the magnetic polarity of this connection. In the spiritual realm, connections operate like a taut rubber band. As long as you were chasing them, leaning forward, and trying to fix the situation, they had the freedom to pull away. You were providing all the tension that allowed them to run. But the moment you let go of your end of the rubber band, the tension snapped. And it violently snapped all of that energy right back onto them. This is the divine reversal. By detaching, you actually did the most powerful thing you could possibly do. You created a massive, suffocating energetic void in their life. Suddenly, the constant stream of unconditional love and validation that they were secretly feeding off of completely dried up. They felt it instantly. Even if you have not spoken to them in months, their soul registered the exact moment you stopped waiting for them. And that is what triggered their emotional collapse. That is why they are crying tonight. They are experiencing the terrifying reality of what their life actually looks like without your light in it. The silence you are giving them now is louder than any words you could have ever spoken. Your detachment has become their greatest teacher. It is forcing them to realize that you are a high-value soul who does not wait in line. You are the prize. You have successfully stepped out of the chaser energy and seated yourself firmly on your throne. You are now entirely in the divine receiving energy. You do not need to lift a single finger to fix their current breakdown. They broke it, and the universe is demanding that they be the one to repair it. They must rise to your standard, because your standard is no longer negotiable. I want you to permanently lock in this powerful, magnetic vibration right now. Go to the comments and type this realistic declaration: I reclaim all my energy. I attract, I do not chase. When you type this, you are sealing the doors to your past insecurities. You are telling the universe that you are fully aware of your worth, and you will never again lower your vibration to accommodate someone else's confusion. You are stepping into absolute mastery of your own reality. Archangel Michael has orchestrated this entire awakening. He has cornered their ego, cleared the karmic obstacles, and forced them to look at the absolute truth of what they threw away. They are currently trying to gather the courage to bridge the gap between you. They know that time is running out. They know that if they do not step forward soon, God is going to close this door forever and hand your beautiful heart to someone else. But how will you know when their return is truly imminent? How will you know that this message was not just a coincidence, but a direct prophecy for your life? You need the final seal. I am about to reveal the highly specific, real-world sign that the universe has prepared for you. This will not be a vague feeling. This will be a tangible occurrence that will stop you dead in your tracks within the next 48 hours. Listen with your entire spirit, because when this sign appears in your physical reality, your life is going to change forever. You have made it to the very end of this journey. The divine realm honors your endurance tonight, just as it has honored every single silent tear you have cried over this connection. Take a deep, slow breath in with me, hold it for just a moment, and as you exhale, physically let your shoulders drop. Let go of the heavy armor you have been wearing. You do not need it anymore. It is time to reveal the final seal. It is time to hand you the physical key that proves everything I have spoken over your life tonight is the absolute, unshakable truth. When you wake up tomorrow morning, your logical mind, and the lingering shadows of your past trauma, will try to make you doubt. Your fears will try to convince you that this message was just a comforting story, and that nothing is actually going to change. To completely shatter that illusion, the universe is going to orchestrate a highly specific, real-world synchronicity for you. This will not just be a random number on a clock. This is going to be a tangible event that will stop you dead in your tracks. Listen to me very carefully. Within the next 48 hours, you are going to experience two things in rapid succession. First, you are going to unexpectedly find a small physical item in your home or car that you thought was lost a long time ago. It could be a piece of jewelry, an old note, or a keepsake. Finding this lost item is the physical manifestation of what is happening in the spiritual realm. What was lost is being returned to you. But that is only the first half of the sign. On the exact same day you find this item, you will be in a public place. You might be walking through a grocery store, sitting in a coffee shop, or just passing someone on the sidewalk. Out of nowhere, you are going to hear a complete stranger clearly speak a specific word, or a specific name, that is deeply and undeniably connected to the person you love. When this happens, you will not feel panic. You will not feel anxiety. Instead, a profound, heavy wave of peace will wash from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. That sudden peace is Archangel Michael wrapping his wings around you. That is his physical validation, whispering directly into your spirit, the breakdown is complete. The ego has fallen. Your person is ready. But I must give you one strict instruction. This is the final test of your mastery. When you see this sign, you must not act out of desperation. You must not immediately pick up your phone to call them. You must not check their social media to see if they are online. You must stay entirely in your divine, receiving energy. When the sign appears, I want you to simply smile, take a deep breath, and quietly whisper to the universe, I trust the divine timing of my life, and I am ready to receive. You have fought in the trenches for so long, my beautiful soul. You have defended your heart against so much chaos, and you have carried a love so pure that it terrified the person who was meant to hold it. But their fear has finally burned away. The tears they are crying right now are washing away the last remnants of their pride. They are currently moving toward you with a clarity, a devotion, and a fierce loyalty that you have never experienced from them before. If this message brought you peace tonight, if you felt the heavy weight finally lift off your chest, I ask that you like this video and subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you are telling the YouTube algorithm to push this exact healing frequency to another beautiful, broken soul who is crying themselves to sleep tonight, desperately needing to know that they are not crazy, and they are not alone. Leave one final, realistic declaration in the comments to seal this energy. Type, I am ready for my new chapter. The era of your suffering, your waiting, and your confusion is permanently closed. The bright, beautiful morning of your joy has finally arrived. Close your eyes. Release the tension in your jaw. Let your physical body sink deeply into the absolute safety of your bed. Sleep in perfect, uninterrupted peace tonight. You are fiercely, deeply, and infinitely loved.